What's up, you guys? Alright, so let's get this done. So S&P created a new all-time high. Um, we ended up dropping after the market closed because Trump ended up mentioning about tariffs about Canada. Ended up sending a tweet. So now investors are nervous. What's here you go again with more fear into the market. That's pretty much what it is. All right. Is again more fear into the market. Yeah, we're creating some high, but how can we keep it from bursting? Well, if we don't put this fear in them right now, the market is gonna be, and by the market I mean S&P. The S&P is gonna be at a new all-time high price, which then will hold this position right here, this support right here, and bullshit here. And again, as the market opens tomorrow, the market will be happy because of the all-time highs, maybe pushing up a little bit, but then coming back down, and then ended up crashing the day here, or yeah, most likely here in this area. But since I was able to put some fear, I was able to bring the market down, manipulating it, bring it to a certain price. Because again, these prices, what tells us that certain fear? Oh, tariffs. That like what makes you? What tell us? Hey, certain tweets is gonna bring the market down by 5%, 2%, whatever. If we tweet this tweet and we put these words, it's gonna bring the market right where we want it, and then we can buy it and put. So all this is just manipulation. It's just a way for them to lower the market down to a certain price where they want it, where they and then from there they can buy it, move it around, and keep it at a certain price, and then manipulate it pretty much. So then tomorrow, what's gonna happen is, since we dropped this certain price, I'm gonna put all my shit, all my lines into boxes. I dissect it into boxes so I can explain to you how it's gonna break down throughout the night. Since it's 11, the forward candle closes at 2, right? It's 10 to 2, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 2. All right. So close at 2, and then from 2 to 6, I believe so. So what that's gonna happen then, and then even my indicator right here, the way this works is the market needs to sustain above this green cushion. It's a green cushion rally cushion, however what you want to nickname it, because it's an indicator that I bought a long time ago. So anyways, the way I was able to, the way I see it, the way I read this indicator is then after it breaks that important support is that certain time frame, it's gonna then turn to a resistance. Past that, holding that, it's gonna be hard. The fact that it's trying doing that or not, and with this fear, and with the time we're at, the market needs to make a move by from 11:30 to 12:15. The market needs to break through that. So then from 12:15 to then to 2, it can then either hold close here or finally break through that and slowly going up and try one more time, because you can clearly see there's a resistance right here also that it broke through, and I was trying to break through that. This is barely the 1 hour candle, so let me clear all this. 2 sections right here. You got this section, that's why different color. You got this section above a weekly, that's why this one is blue right here, and you got this one right here. What it's mostly gonna do, because with this fear, if it does break by 12:15 and we're still in this area, we're gonna drop, test this region right here, but we're most likely gonna drop and be in this region, because now the market's gonna be, it's a Friday, the market's gonna be scared. So what's gonna happen is then we're gonna sustain this, because also, let me take it away now. I'm gonna put the Fibonacci, and also even the 50 Fibonacci there. So all this, now that I put all this together, this was telling me that it needs to do that by that time. If not, we're gonna drop throughout the night. And again, as the market then opens, again the market is gonna, you know, not be happy now because of this fear, but happy because we're in all-time high and it's a Friday, and we're gonna sustain that. We're not gonna have a crazy drop on down, and this is not. It's not one of those. Then what's gonna happen over the weekend? They're gonna be tweeting. He's gonna be tweeting all this shit. Something's gonna happen over the weekend where he's gonna either come with an agreement or tweet that they had Europe and or Canada and them has some sort of agreement, or they're coming to some sort of deal, and the market's gonna open with that with that relief or whatnot, and then now they can focus on the banks and so on, so whatever it's gonna be fucking Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday we got inflation data. We have a lot of data on Tuesday, so I believe before Tuesday he's gonna tweet something in order for the market to not be scared, because you're now gonna have banks earnings. You're not gonna have data coming up like crazy, and you don't want to put more fear because some of that data is most likely gonna be bad. So you're gonna try to take some pressure out. And this is the U that the market did. And then see, look. So these are more. This is what a part of this, because the original one was. Let's see where it's at. Which one was the tariff? The original tariff drop was way down here, and they were calling, and even I was seeing this U pattern with the data, with everything every week, how it's planned out, how it's gonna play out, and it did. And you were even seeing like Bitcoin. Bitcoin was doing the same thing. So, anyways, it's doing the same thing here. Informing that you, but that breakout got canceled because it went right back in, and that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to cancel it and go back in, and that's why they dropped that tariff scary news, and that's what the market's pulling back down, making it look like a fake down. So it's either tomorrow, it's this week, right? It's a week, 3 monthly candle close right there. So we either are gonna end up closing the day either here or somewhere here. Then the market's gonna be scared because either with the data coming out, it's gonna end up breaking down below the 3 monthly, and then they're gonna be either the all-time high, are we going back down? Fear, all that shit, or we're gonna hold this position, maybe drop a little bit throughout the night, like I told you guys, and then during the morning and try to hold this upward position. Because again, let's say the market opens with fear. It opens with fear. Let's say we end up closing the day here. Either or, whether it be here or whether it be here, right? But still bullish. Here doesn't matter, but still bullish. Here doesn't matter, but still bullish, still high. If we get some sort of bad news and it doesn't get resolved, the market opens somewhere here, then yeah, that's something the market is gonna be testing. And then depending what data and how data and what they tweet, earnings is gonna save us. It's gonna be some sort of like a fake down, and then the market again is gonna be a start buying here, especially when earnings start coming out. It's gonna shoot up like crazy again, and then it's gonna form either some sort of fucking cup pattern. Here's a cup, and then the handle and all that fucking bullshit. Because again, you gotta remember we got earnings and data next week, and then banks, so it's gonna fucking push the market like crazy. So it makes sense why you would wanna scare the market down, bring the S&P to a lower price, and then from there fucking take advantage for next week to push it back up again and say, hey, you know what? We had a fucking talk about it and we're good. We I think we're coming to good terms. All that fucking bullshit. Um, and especially how the S&P and Bitcoin and Ethereum are still pushing on up. If the market was really scared too, you would have also seen Bitcoin and Ethereum have a dramatic pullback because of, first of all, because it flew up like crazy, and then it would have made sense to then pull it back down to also have that doubt: are we going to continue going up? Are we not? But the fact that it's still strong, and you're going to see Bitcoin do the same thing, um, it let me know that this is nothing. And even if Bitcoin does pull back and Ethereum does pull back, you're gonna hear from you crypto YouTubers, was that it? This is all this fucking fear about it, bullshit, whatnot. And again, as the earnings come up and data comes up, and the S&P corrects itself, and that it'll pull back that Bitcoin and Ethereum did, it's again gonna then sustain, and it's gonna pull around and then continue pushing up as the S&P continues blasting up again. That's what's gonna happen. I've been saying on my other videos how we were gonna make a new all-time high with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Bitcoin and S&P, uh, this today or tomorrow. But I said this week, and it's gonna continue happening. This whole little fear tariff bullshit is just before the big blow, because you're having all these crazy earnings. All right, so and then here's Bitcoin. Yup, keep on pushing on up. If this whole tariff thing was real, the market Bitcoin would have pulled back. It's synchronized. Here's the next target. I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you. Look what XRP is doing here. There's a trend. If you notice, if you stretch it out, there's a trend line. If you stick it out, I'm gonna put on my mask. Actually, I'm gonna remove it. So you guys don't get it all messy. Then I'm gonna get a trend line. XRP, it's either we're gonna have we gotta stop right here. Apparently, all this you can see where the trend line aligns with, especially in this area, it all lines. We're either gonna stop right here, have some sort of little pullback, but what this is telling you, hey, we're breaking this downward trend, and we're coming to test it again and again as Bitcoin and Ethereum and the market pushing up. This baby's gonna come to the fucking all-time high. Right here, the hardest support that it has. We already broke through one of the hardest ones, and we just created a new one, a 3 monthly new one, and we're coming to our last strong, I said support, my bad, the last strong resistance. And once we break this resistance, when we get to this top, you guys, look, we're right there pretty much, and we're hitting this resistance right here. And then with the market opening tomorrow, it's probably gonna bring it down a little bit. But next week, starting with all these tariffs, it's gonna be interesting August 1st, because that's the week where we start the good tariff. The good earnings. Your Nvidias, your Microsoft, all that shit. So he's going to want to clear that shit up. On top of that, you gotta think all the data that we get, all the bad data that we could get next week, that also gonna bring the market down. So he needs to know when to pull back, because hey, I need to pull back because now we have more events or shit that may bring the market down. Anyways, all right. So that's all, you guys. I was gonna do separate videos, but might as well just go over it. So that's pretty much it for S&P. I already told you guys what I see happening, and for Bitcoin, I already told you guys also what's happening. So now either follow the S&P and pull back in the morning or throughout the evening, or if the S&P ignores the tariffs and whatnot and continues pushing on up, you're gonna see also Bitcoin slowly pushing up and Ethereum and whatnot. And if not, also it's gonna hold its all-time high. crypto market is. Bitcoin is. Bitcoin's gonna maintain its all-time high and close